Okay, so there's 4 stages of lead management. Generation, which is identifying the lead and generating the details. Tracking, keeping records and tracking progress. Qualifying, determining the type and value of the lead. And then nurturing, which is communication and building the relationship. Each one of these steps, you know, we're going to get more into this, especially on the qualifying side. What can this account provide for me? You know, how big of an account is it going to be? And a lot of you guys know that, you know, there's a lot of customers that are pretty difficult, to say the least. We all know that. So, like when we have a brand and we have everything set in stone, guess what? This is the line that we draw in the sand. And this is what we're going to do, and this is what we're not going to do. And that's it. And that's how we deal with it every single time. So we make up the decision together as a team, Jenna, all of us together. And the reason why we do that is because we have to have a mutually beneficial relationship. Which means the customer has to get what they want, but we have to also get what we want. And it can't be at the cost of us to make the customer happy, then we just end up losing at the end of the day. Okay, so the customer database, obviously we have that 30-year history. Provide tons of information. Then our word of mouth. See, and I've kind of tailored this to us because this is basically the infancy level of where we need to be when it comes to doing leads. Like I said, I'm going to be creating some data here in the future that's going to give us some more opportunities and you know, our target market. And then our lead tracking. So the lead comes in. We got, you know, and this is a good thing, and I don't know how often that you guys do this. If you ever call account first before you go in on a cold call. So moving forward, as you guys are adding the new target customers that we're going after, through attrition we may shed some of these C's that we don't want because for 2 reasons. One, they make it hard to do business with them. They don't buy enough, and they're constantly running us around all over the place, right? So, and I know you guys, we don't have, you know, the technology that we need to have, and we will have it. The CRM is going to help you guys so much when it comes to this kind of stuff because it reminds you of what to do, where you are, because you have notes individually for that account set up, and you can track every single thing. You can know right where you're at. So the CRM is going to tell you guys, hey, I got 2 that are down in the funnel that are pretty low to falling, low-hanging fruit. I just need to finish these ones up. And I know everybody's area is individual, and you know we have definitely a different landscape in there, all the different areas. And I know it's, you know, say for the smaller areas like Maria, you know, Tashina, you guys, it's Boise even too. I mean, it's tough. It feels like you're saturated, right? Like there's no more else to get. And I'm sure that can be super frustrating. But I guarantee you this, that there's more stuff there because I can just pull old customers for you guys and we can reinvigorate that business. But remember, like I said, once we get targeted, this is our demographic, this is who we're going after. Through attrition, we may shed some of these C customers, or they're managed in a different way through the office. So lead tracking, why is it vital? We know where each lead is at, we know what has or has not been discussed, we know who to follow up with, and then we offer a personalized service to that customer. How are we going to handle this person, and this is how we're going to go about it next time when we see them, so they get the same thing from us every time. And it helps us manage the cats, because there's, you know, and it does. So let's just say you do have an interaction with the customer, then what do you update? You got to update all your conversations, which is you're writing this down, email, a piece of information, or the interaction with the customer. You're just updating each chunk as you go along. Each time you're doing something, you're adding that in there. So you are always sharp when you're going in there. You're ahead of what they're thinking. You've already remembered everything. You guys, you know, and that's a way to hold people's feet to the fire too, because if they've already committed to something, then you can hold them to it.
Right.
Because 9 times out of 10, they made a commitment before, and then they space cadetted after you see them next time. So, and that's on you to make sure you're following up on the commitments that they make. With an email, the number one thing, if you guys go out and do a cold call, I want you to send an email, a nice email. And I'm going to talk about wording and stuff coming up here. about wording in emails. The first line that you're saying in that email, the only part that's visible that they can read right off the top, it's got to be something that'll get them to read it. So you have to be very careful with what you say and how you say it, because you want it to draw them in. And I also got us on an emailing service, which I'm continuing to set up. I'll have to finish when I get back from vacation, but we're going to have email drips going out to the customer. Hey, and just think of a lot of these customers that you guys may not have time to see, the Joe's Truck Shop that just buys one case of HP, if we just shoot them an email. Hey man, we're still here, how's it going? And then maybe in your mind you can go through those accounts and say, hey, Joe's Truck Shop's a C, but they could go up to a B, because they got some other stuff over here in this other side of the shop that we haven't tapped into yet. So we need to move this C up to a B. And in all, in a perfect world, we'd have A and B accounts, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal right there. You just want those beautiful ones, and that's it. That's all you want, because they'll do everything for you. So qualifying a lead. So what we've been talking about, deciding whether a lead has a priority. Which one has a priority? So let's just say you went into Kilgore, and then you went into Bobby's Transmission or something like that. The difference between the two companies. So old Kilgore's going to get the top of the list, the top of your attention, the top of your pain, all the stuff that goes along with that. And I'll hit Bobby's Transmission on one of these times, but it's not the same thing, right? So you got to be able to qualify. You guys need to determine that individually with what you got on the table. So determining what type of content you should provide to each type of lead. So moving forward, we'll have the website up and running. All of these catalogs will be digital versions. The website's going to have videos of showing our products being used. There's going to be links to all type of stuff on the website. So that's going to be another way that you can send them a link to the website. You can put a link to a digital copy of a catalog. Hey, you were talking about Purple Thunder and how it's so good on this or that. Here's a video. You shoot them in the email as a link. It goes right to the video. So you guys are going to have a whole lot more in your hands. You're going to look 100%. You're going to look way more professional. We're going to be up in 2019, doing what everyone else is doing, and that's all these type of things. So you're nurturing your lead. It's going to determine what type of content you should provide each type of lead. So you're going to figure out what you're going to do. It's a three-pronged thing. I'm going to see them. I'm going to shoot them an email. They're going to have a training video on this. They got the catalog available. You're already there. With all that stuff right there, you're already there to sell. What else you got to do? Nothing. It's basically, I'm going to order that for you next week. That's it. It's not can I order that, it's I'm going to order that. The way you say it. You guys can do it easy all day long. Especially if you're to that point, you've already had that much communication, they've seen the product in action. Low range price, mid range, high range. And you guys, I know about pricing because we're not changing nothing, so don't worry about that. Pricing will be once a year, and that's it. Then bringing on bigger accounts, like Larry H. Miller got their discount, Cutter's got their discount. I want to see all these other type of accounts rising up to the level where they get a discount. But you guys are going to have a lot more availability as far as a lower end product, mid range, and high range.